So the long-term battery life on the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 3, not impressive at all to me. And I'm just going to come at it this one straight out of the gate. I bought this phone, I got it on launch day, and I've loved it. I've enjoyed this phone, and I've made videos. 5 things I like about it, 5 things I don't like about it. Long term, I've covered this phone, I think, pretty extensively. And it's a good one to cover because a lot of people like this. It's the exciting foldable phone stuff, which there's just not a lot of that on the market, especially here in the States. Well, this phone in particular, I don't think the battery life is that good. And I made claims about this in the get-go. I was like, look, I'm only averaging about 4.5, 5 hours of screen on time. That's just not good enough for a productivity device like this. You got the big screen, you got the stylus, all that jazz. It should get better battery life. Like, it needs at least probably 6 hours of screen on time. And it's just not quite possible, I don't think, to pull that off unless you dumb some things down, like the resolution, the refresh rate, do some stuff to maximize the battery. And I may have even made a video about it. I can't remember. I've made so many videos about this phone over the last year. But here's what I'm getting. And I noticed this recently because when I use this phone every day, every night I make my thumbnails for my videos for the day, and I'll use it like as a tablet at nighttime because it's so great being able to use this phone as a tablet. You fold it open and you get the great tablet experience right at the palm of your fingertips, and you don't have to have this big tablet. So yeah, it's a very cool phone, but I've noticed like I only really use it for that, and I haven't even had a SIM card in it much recently. I just use it on Wi-Fi, use it as a tablet, use it to make my thumbnails, take it out with me every once in a while, and I noticed that I would have it at 100%, I would make my thumbnail, which doesn't take a long time, and then the next day, 30-40% of the battery would be missing, and then I would get to it by that night, and it's like, where's all my battery going? And there's not even a whole lot of stuff indicating battery drain. It just doesn't get very good battery life. So let me show you this. So 3 hours and 11 minutes of screen on time, and I'm down to like 17% battery. 17% battery. And I've used it, it shows 2 days, 3 hours. That's because it's been off the charger for 2 days. But over the course of 2 days, I used this for 3 hours and 11 minutes, under 20% battery. Basically barely squeaking out 4 hours battery life. Yes, it's running the latest One UI 4. It's running Android 13. Maybe that's supposed to have made it better, because if you look back and you look at my other videos when I covered the S21 Ultra, the kind of the year later on that, got Android 13, battery life actually got better. This one to me seems like it has gotten worse. So I don't know what other people are seeing out there. The battery health is perfectly fine on this phone. It's just straight up not great battery life. They really need to put like a 6,000 milliamp battery in this, because it's one thing to have 120 hertz. It's one thing to have 5G. You've got the Snapdragon 888 processor. It's got a lot of power under the hood, but you need to be able to use this thing like all day because it's a powerhouse of a phone. It's not something that you shouldn't be using a Lamborghini or a Ferrari that's got a 8-gallon gas tank on it. It just doesn't really work out that way. So using this 3 hours, 11 minutes of screen on time, just not that impressed. And again, I wasn't very impressed from the get-go, but it just seems like it's not even as good as it was when I first got it. So I wanted to make a video, touch base on this. And also, actually, the screen has held up really well. I haven't had any problems. There's no scratches. There's no cracks in my screen protector, no cracks in the screen. I think they've done a pretty good job with it. And I open it and I close it pretty often. Again, I use this phone every single day. Like, use my normal phones during the day, evening time, night time. I get done recording my video, make my thumbnail, and I spend the evening playing on my Fold. So it gets plenty of use, and I don't really have any problems with it. So I think it's held up well. I think durability-wise, I think that it's a good phone, and there's a lot of different options out there. Actually, there's some really good specials for Memorial Day. If you're watching this before Memorial Day or around it, link in the drop down, you can get some savings on that, buying it through Samsung. They've got some really good specials. So if you're interested, check that out, because they've got some really good deals, trade-in stuff, and all that great jazz. Pretty good stuff. Anyway, so when it comes to the battery, yeah, I think it could be better. Again, if you want to do some stuff, turn on some Bixby routines to limit your battery liability. When it gets late at night, maybe turn off the 120 hertz, turn to 60 hertz, turn the brightness down, adaptive brightness, all the different stuff I've talked about before in battery saving videos to maximize your battery life. I may even come back and make another video to talk about that, because long term, you want to make sure you're getting the most battery life out of this possible. But when you're using it, this is on dark mode. This is not on light mode. So dark mode, full resolution, full refresh rate, full everything, barely 3 hours of screen on time, and the sucker is almost dead. So that's not really all that impressive, especially when you can get about 4 hours of screen on time with everything maxed out on the Z Flip 3, which I've got another video coming on that soon. I think it's been a while. I think it's been too long, honestly, because I do love the flip phone. There's just so many phones that I got to cover because I'm one-man show making videos all the time. But yeah, I wanted to bring this video to you guys because I know some people look at this stuff. They don't necessarily buy a phone on day one. You may be looking at the Fold 3 8 months, 9 months later, even a year later, saying, hey, should I go ahead and get this? Especially with the software and the security update policy. This phone's supposed to be supported for a long time. Battery life, just not that impressive. I really hope to see more coming out of the Fold 4 once it gets announced and once it gets here. So that's all I got. Just wanted to do a follow-up video on the battery life here on the Z Fold 3. Just not impressive at all. So yeah, that's all I've got in this video. If you have any questions or comments, please go down in the comment section. I'll get back with you. If you enjoyed the video, please hit the like and the subscribe button and the little notification bell if you want updates when new videos come out. And as always, thanks for being here. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you guys next time.